We don't have to go that far.
Good evening, hello, and welcome to the 2020 Illinois Swimming Short Course Senior Championships here at the UIC Natatorium, hosted by the Hinsdale Swim Club. My name is Jay Pfeiffer. I am your host and play-by-play announcer for the evening and the rest of the weekend. And we're getting a broadcast. We have a special guest joining us at the start here. His name is Brian McNamara. He is the group sales executive for the Chicago White Sox, ladies and gentlemen. Joining the show. How you doing today, Brian?
I'm doing good. Very happy to be here.
Good. So you're here on a special occasion, so let's get right to it. A little later on in the season, the Chicago White Sox are going to be hosting a swim night, from what I hear, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So talk to us a little bit about that. How did that come about? What was the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this year, May 19th, 7:10 game against the Colorado Rockies. We're going to be hosting our second annual swim night. Myself, I was a swimmer growing up, starting when I was, 6 years old. Knew the community atmosphere that swimming brought, and after going through college and everything, and being in a position where I would be able to bring the love of working for a sports team like the White Sox and my love for swimming all to one place is kind of how this all got started. So we're really excited to be able to offer a discounted ticket for all swim team families and friends, as well as a really neat White Sox branded swim cap. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what do the tickets entail? Is it do it get a certain amount of swag, or how's that? What does that entail?
Yeah. So how it works is I've got an online link that I believe we got rolling on the web feed here, where you can go directly to purchase your tickets. It's a really unique experience because you can share that link with other people on your team, friends, family, to ensure that they sit right with you.
Okay.
Which, that's the big thing. Everyone wants to sit with their friends and family
Absolutely.
when they come out. So we want to make that happen for them. Anybody who purchases a ticket is going to get a swim cap. So,
okay.
It should be a really fun night.
Awesome. And you just mentioned it just a second ago that you have a swimming background. You grew up swimming. I believe, if I heard correctly, you swam at the University of Miami in Ohio,
yes.
right?
Miami of Ohio.
So how was that experience? And I'm sure that provided a little bit of the inspiration for putting on this night, right?
Absolutely. I was lucky enough to get to swim for 4 years at Miami. It was a great experience. I wouldn't take it away for anything else in the world. As important as education is, I tell younger swimmers all the time, there are things that I learned being a part of a team and, being in that type of atmosphere, being a student athlete.
Sure.
There's things there that I learned that I wouldn't learn in any classroom.
Awesome.
Life lessons I'll take away and use every day in my daily job now. So
what was your specialty back then?
I was a distance swimmer.
Okay.
So, last night I believe with 1,000.
Yep, 1,000 yards last night.
That was me here.
Okay.
Not quite the glory like the 50, the sprinters and whatnot, but still loved it. My mom always likes to say she got her money's worth.
Okay. All right. So growing up swimming, I'm sure you did a lot of swim meets. Just give us I'm sure you know a little bit about the event that's going on this weekend. So just give us your impression of some of the young athletes. They're 18 and under, some as young as 14 here this weekend. How impressed are you by some of these young athletes, student athletes?
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Looking at what these guys and girls are doing now kind of puts me to shame back from when I was in my day. So it's incredible. And kind of speaking to that we're doing something special at the game.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been working with Pam Lowenthal on your guys' team to honor some of the age group swimmers who've, worked hard enough to qualify for Olympic trials this summer.
Yeah.
So we're going to be honoring those very select few individuals on the field actually pregame of the event. So, it just speaks to the amount that they care about their sport. So we all know swimming's a sport you got to love to do it.
Absolutely.
A lot of early morning practices, a lot of time spent in the pool. So we want to go ahead and give those kids a shout out.
Yeah,
for all they've accomplished at such a young age.
Yeah, and I've been lucky enough. This is my third year doing this now, and I say it all the time at every meet. I just continue to be impressed by these young athletes. They swim multiple distances, multiple events a day, so it's really impressive. It's certainly nothing that I could do or even do back then. So again, it's really a nice way to honor those athletes there, and I'm looking forward to the swim night.
Absolutely.
So as we bring it to a close now, you'll be out in the concourse at
Correct.
the natatorium today. So tell us about where they can find you and what you'll be doing.
Yeah, so I'll be out of the concourse. I've got some nice flyers to hand out, information for the night, there to help. Actually, if anybody wants to purchase tickets here today at the meet, I'm happy to walk through that process with them. Might even be passing out a few White Sox swim caps.
Okay.
So come find me. I'll be here for a little while, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, again, he'll be on the concourse tonight. He'll be giving out some swag, maybe. If you want to purchase some tickets for some games, he's the guy to talk to. Brian McNamara, Group Sales Executive for the Chicago White Sox. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Appreciate it.
All right, I'll see you later on, okay?
Awesome.
Hi, I want to tell you about an exciting new app called SafeCom that will make communications between families and teams safer and easier. SafeCom is safer because it's the only app on the market that automatically copies parents every time their child and coach messages each other. Every single time. Let me say that again. SafeCom is safer because it's the only app on the market that automatically copies parents on every single message between the coach and the athlete. As a parent, you will know exactly what coaches and teachers are messaging to your child and what your child is messaging back. As a coach, you will have transparent communications with your athletes and parents in one simple click. You can avoid miscommunications that often happen with athletes because the parents are going to be seeing the messages in real time. SafeCom's patented technology links parents to their children in a way that makes it impossible to isolate the child in any messaging. There are apps on the market that offer group messaging or chats. However, every one of those apps, your child can be isolated and receive messages that you are not aware of. Let me give you an example. Your club wants to have transparent communications and sets up a group with all the parents, all the athletes, and all the coaches in that particular practice group or training group. However, an adult in the group creates another group with your child and only your child. You as a parent are not seeing these messages and your child is vulnerable. This scenario cannot happen with SafeCom, and SafeCom is 100% MAP compliant. How does SafeCom work? A team or a school will create an account and using our web portal can download their current roster groups from their registration software directly into our app. This is important because teams won't have to retype anything or re-enter information. The information is already in their registration system. Now they can download it directly. Makes it much easier for the club to set up this app. Next, the organization is going to send you as a parent an email inviting you and your family to join that group. So as a parent, you're going to create a family account. And again, this can be done on our web portal, so it's much easier. You can do it on a laptop, you can do it on a desktop, you can do it on your phone, however you want to set it up. Register yourself and your spouse. Then you register your children, including setting up their usernames and passwords. Finally, each of your family members downloads the apps and logs in with the user information provided in the family account. By doing this, we have now linked the child and the family together in all communications. This couldn't be any easier. And by having the families linked, by having the children and the parents linked, there's no way to have that isolation of a child that we talked about in the previous scenario with other applications. Some other unique features to SafeCom: all contact information is hidden. Nobody can see anybody else's contact information. Nobody can see your child's contact information and use that information to contact them using other methods. That's not to say that adults couldn't get your child's contact information. They're just not going to get it from SafeCom. And from a coach's perspective, coaches now don't have to give out their personal phone numbers to parents or to anybody else, but they can still communicate with their families and the parents and the athletes. All messages are permanently archived on our servers and cannot be deleted. If a parent feels that a coach or a teacher is messaging inappropriately to a child, that parent can file a complaint. And then either law enforcement or SafeCom will have a permanent record of those conversations to look back on. If the coach is innocent, then he or she will also have a record of these conversations in which to clear any misconceptions or misperceptions. We use Amazon Web Services, which carry the highest levels of encryption, so your data is always going to be protected. Also, parents and coaches can message each other without the athlete seeing the messages. This is important. Maybe you're talking about a volunteer scenario, or maybe you have a situation where there's an issue with the child, or maybe you have a medical issue with the parent that you want to talk about regarding the athlete, and the parent and the coach don't want the athlete to know that they're talking about them. So this is an opportunity that, yes, you can have one-on-one conversation between a parent and the coach. Coaches are also protected. For the 99% of our coaches, over 99% of our coaches that work hard and do not harm children, this app provides a level of security that their communications are appropriate and that they are protected. Because parents are copied, there is less of a chance that the message from the coach is going to be misinterpreted. For more information, visit our website shown here and www.safecomapp.com. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation, and we hope to see you on SafeCom.
I'm Carly Noveline. I'm swimming the 1500 freestyle.
I'm swimming 100 free.
Monica Wagner. And I'm swimming 200 IM.
All right, how's this? A little louder. Test one. Good. All right. Good.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We're good.
Oh, you're louder than me. He likes it that way, though. He likes being louder, doesn't he? There will be no singing, just FYI. Pam told me she told you.
And I told Pam that I would not bring it up. So I think we're going to be good.
I mean, it was good. It was good singing.
I heard. A stirring rendition.
Stirring. If there wasn't a transvestite bar, it probably wouldn't have been so good.
Awesome. And I told Pam at the time, I said, next time, get video and send it to me.
It was a crazy place.
Oh, I bet it was. All right, you about ready?
It wasn't purely.
Yeah,
It was just everybody.
That is awesome.
It was everybody.
That's awesome.
One of the craziest places I've been to.
And she said St. Louis, right?
It was St. Louis.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, St. Louis. Oh, that's awesome. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships hosted by the Hinsdale Swim Club at the beautiful UIC Natatorium here in Chicago, Illinois. I am your host and play-by-play announcer once again, Jay Pfeiffer here on the mic. And for day 2 finals action, I'm bringing on Mr. Casey Natuk from the Sterling Stingrays. How are you today, Casey?
I am doing great. Doing fantastic. This feels kind of like home. Haven't been here in a few years, and it's nice to see it back at UIC.
And it certainly is nice to be here at the Natatorium. And once again, this is day 2 of 4-day action here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. Let me give you a quick rundown of tonight's events. We're going to start things off with the women's 100-yard breaststroke. We're going to turn it over then to the men's 100-yard breaststroke. We're going to go to event number 5. That is the women's 200-yard freestyle. We're going to have the men's turn after that. Then we're going to have a brief break for awards. We're going to pick things back up with the women's 100 butterfly. And, of course, after that will be the men's turn. After that, it will be the women's and men's 400-yard individual medley. We'll have another break after that. And then we will wrap up day 2 action with the men's and women's 800-yard freestyle relay. So we had a lot of good action, long races yesterday, Casey, but in today's action, what are you most looking forward to tonight?
Well, the 100 breaststroke, the final event there, we had a meet record set earlier this morning, so that'll be a nice race to watch. The ladies 200 freestyle is always going to be fast, and then, of course, we got some fun relays at the end, so that'll be exciting too.
Absolutely. Relays are always the best part for me here at the swimming championships, and I want to take a quick second to recognize, I should say, Elsmore Swim Club, Athletico, and Speedo, just a few of our sponsors that are here at the Natatorium here at UIC. So we are going to get things started here in just a few minutes, and I will turn it over now to the pool deck announcer. He's going to have our national anthem in here just a few minutes, and we'll start action here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships.
you say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? Of the brave.
Great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Here, starting things off at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. This is the short course for this Senior Championships, and we're going to get things started right away here. It'll be the women's 100-yard breaststroke. That is event number 3, and we will do things in a bit of a reverse order. We will start with the D final. Of course, we'll have the C, the B, and then the A final, and we're going to start things off with the D final. Once again, this is heat number 1, event number 3, women's 100-yard breaststroke. And Casey, as I mentioned before, we're on the short course here at the UIC Natatorium. So if for those who are maybe a little bit confused at home watching, we're using yards instead of meters here for the measurement. But Casey, talk to me a little bit about, does the strategy change here on the short courses as opposed to the long courses, even though it's basically the same race?
Well, it's the same race, but it's a very different race due to the fact that you got more walls. So a better underwater, a more powerful kick off the wall really comes into play here. It's this is more about power and less about as much technique as there is in a long course. I mean, you still need to have great technique, but the better your pullouts, the better your breakouts off the wall, the better you're going to swim.
That is great insight again. Casey Notzuk here, Jay Pfeiffer along with you. Day 2, final action here at the Illinois Swimming 2020 Senior Championships. We've got these young ladies getting ready to start into the blocks. Once again, this is the D final. And of course, it'll be C, B, and the A final after that. I will give you those lane assignments and team affiliations in just a second here. We're waiting for the final clearance for these young athletes to get into their blocks and get this night of action started.
Yeah, we're actually just waiting for 5:30. We're a little bit early.
A little bit early,
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
Hey, well, you know, it's because we're excited here. Again,
Right.
it's the senior championships.
Very excited.
For a few of these athletes, a lot of these athletes, and maybe the last time that they swim competitively. But again, we're excited here, so we're starting things off a little early, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. There are some people finishing up their swimming careers tonight and this weekend. So,
all right, we have got that final whistle. We are ready to start here, and I will give you those lane assignments right now. In lane 1, at the bottom of your screen, we're going to have Miss Cameron Schmidt. She's from the Maverick Swim Club. In lane 2, we have Leah Moeller. In 3, Rose Janya. In lane 4, Riley Rutledge. In 5, we have Ms. Jory Seelig. In lane 6, Stephanie Vogt. In 7, Kendall Pickering. And at the top of your screen, in lane 8, is Rowan Zamansky from the Chicago Wolfpack.
And as you could see with a great breakout, great underwater pull, you got Kendall out in lane 7 ahead of everyone.
FMC Aquatic is Miss Pickering. Her preliminary time was a 107.25.
She's getting out way fast. Good for her.
At the halfway mark here, that is Miss Pickering with the 29.91 split. Her time on that first 50 is...
29.9. It was really fast. She may be able to come back and go 104. She can hang on here.
And again, that is lane 7, Kendall Pickering. Last 25 yards here.
Oh, that was a great pull out.
That really was.
You got
almost
Jania
halfway
coming
down
on.
the pool.
Jania in lane 3 coming on from the St. Charles Jania breaststroke family.
Bringing it into wall, though. That is lane 7, Kendall Pickering, 33.88 back half on the split. Her time is a 103.79. In second place is Leah Moeller, and in third is Rose Jania.
Yeah, that's a great swim by Kendall. She was 107 this morning, dropped 4 seconds to go 103. Great job.
Up next is the C final. And let me give you those lane assignments really quickly. In the lane 1, once again, if you're watching at home on YouTube, and if you are watching at home on YouTube, we thank you so much for joining us here this evening. But in lane 1, Samantha Rhodes from Wild Kit Swimming. We'll have Madeline Conrad from Maverick Swim Club in 2. Fox Valley is in lane 3. That's Joanna Burnham. Lane 4 is Margaret Meehan from FMC. Allison Pearson is in lane 5 from Bloomington Normal. Melanie Patterson is in lane 6 from Maverick. Her teammate right above her in lane 7 is Jessica Sanders. And Sarah Clayson is in lane 8 representing Lions Aquatic.
And again, all the swimmers had a nice underwater pullout. Looked like lane 1 and lane 4. A little bit missing on the dolphin kick there. Everybody else doing all right.
That's a really, really tight grouping, but it looks like a little bit of outside heat there at the top of your screen. That is Sarah Clayson from Lions Aquatic. And in lanes 1 and 2 at the bottom of your screen, Samantha Rhodes and Madeline Conrad right along there with her.
Yeah, Sarah went out to 30.6. I know she's trying to get a 105.49, I think is the NCSA Junior National cut. So that's what she's shooting for. I think that's probably what a lot of these ladies are shooting for.
And at the final turn here, that is some great work. Again, that is lane 8, Sarah Clayson. She's got a slight lead right
Allison.
now. But
It's going to come down to
Pearson in
who
lane
hits
5.
their finish right. And it was Sarah.
That is lane 8, Miss Clayson from Lions Aquatic. She's going to touch the wall with the 35.24 back half. 105.9 is her time in second place. That is Madeline Conrad. And in third was Joanna Burnham.
Sorry, the cut was a 106.19, I think. So, congratulations, Sarah.
Absolutely. Up next, it is the B final now. And, of course, after that will be the A final. Let me give you those lane assignments. In 1, we have Miss Caroline Kramer from Hinsdale. Maverick Swim Club is in lane 2. That is Paige Collins. Veronica Peachnick is in 3 from Swift. Her teammate is in lane 4, Madeline Zaire. Kelly Willite is in 5 from Maverick. Academy Bullets is in 6, Madeline Winnig. Tiffany Matulas is in lane 7, swimming unattached. And Lauren Schwartz is in lane 8 from St. Charles.
Yeah, lane 4, Madeline had a bit of a slow start there. She was a little slow off the block, and that kind of cost her here as she's heading into this first 50.
That is lane 3 and lane 7 with a slight lead at the halfway point. Lane 3, that is Veronica Peachnick from Swift and Tiffany Matulis in lane 7.
Yeah, she's having a nice swim up there in lane 7. Looks like the outside lanes are pretty fast tonight.
Final turn now, that is Tiffany Matulis with the lead. We will see if she can hang on. That is some great underwater work by Miss Matulis as they approach the final 10 yards here.
Yeah, if Tiffany can hang on here with a nice finish, she's got it.
That is lane 3 coming on strong. Veronica Peachnick. And
yeah, lane 7.
104.34. Tiffany Matulis is going to touch that wall first. And second was Veronica Peachnick, 104.65. And now we will throw it down to the pool deck for our A final.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. We have the ladies coming on down the deck. Heat number four.
And this is the A final, event number 3, kicking things off here at the Illinois Swimming 2020 Senior Championships on the short course. Only 4 swimmers in this A final, so we will start in lane 3 with Miss Alyssa Brault. She's from St. Charles. In lane 4, we're going to have Miss Kaylin Gridley from New Trier. In 5, we're going to have Mary Janya from St. Charles. And rounding out this A final is Tyra Geronis from the Hinsdale Swim Club.
Yeah, and this heat right here shows the importance of a fast morning swim. If you remember earlier, we had Kendall go 103 in her final heat, which probably would have got, I think, if I remember right, would have gotten her in the top 4 here. So to be in this final heat at night, you got to swim fast in the morning.
That is certainly true. You got to stay consistent with those times if you want to be in these A finals. We've got a women's national standard here in lane 4. That's Kaylin Gridley with a 102.97.
Yeah, she's been 100 before, so she's a great breaststroker.
Well, you know how I love records being broken, Casey, so let's see if we
shot.
can get another one down here tonight in this A final as they are now in the water for the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Late pull out there in 4.
Yeah, that was just a great pull out. She had great streamline. She adjusted her stroke into the wall to hit it on a perfect stroke so she can hit the wall with her arms straight and not bent.
Yeah, that is lane 4. Miss Kaylin Gridley, slight lead right now, but right below her in 3, that is Alyssa Brault as they both make the turn. And in lanes 5 and 6, Mary Janya and Tyra Geronis will round out the top 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to have a meet record, but we're still going to have some fast swims here and a nice little race for second place, I believe.
75-yard turn there for Kaylin Gridley. Increasing her lead just a little bit, as we approach the final 10 yards. It's going to be Kaylin Gridley touching the wall first. Let's see what her time will be. Back half 31.87 split. That will put her at 101.78 final time. Second place, Alyssa Brault, 102.85. And in third is Mary Janya with a 103.13.
Yeah, those top 3 girls all dropped time from this morning. It was a nice afternoon swim, ladies.
Absolutely great work, ladies. As we move it right along now, we're on to event number 4. It's the men's turn in their 100-yard breaststroke. Once again, this is the D final, and looks like we have a full field here, lanes 1 through 8. So let me give you those assignments as I have them. In lane 1, bottom of your screen will be Michael Bennington from FMC Aquatic. Aiden Foley is in lane 2 from Lions. Hickory Willow is represented by Bray Sanchez in 3. Logan Nielsen will be in lane 4. He's from Swift. The Sheridan swim team is represented by Dylan Jones in 5. Sam Brown from Nassau Wildcat is in 6. Ricardo Ricciardi from New Trier is in 7. And at the top of your screen is Mr. Sean Finley from Lincoln Way. All right, these young men ready to get into the blocks once again. This is the D final. fastest seed time here. That is going to be lane 4, Logan Nielsen with a 59.06. Meet record is a 52.49 set by Kevin Hausman.
Yeah, just this morning.
Just this morning, yeah.
He's coming up.
52.49. That is lane 5, Dylan Jones, with some great work in this first half of the race. Very tight field, though. 27-8. That is lane 5, Dylan Jones with the fastest split on that first 50.
Yeah, he got out nice and quick. Looked like he may overswam it a little bit for his speed. But we'll see if he can hang on. Not looking too promising for him, though.
As they make that final turn, that is lane
Yeah, we got lane 3.
Yeah, that's lane 3. Bray Sanchez from Hickory Willow under the flags and dropping it into the wall.
Sam Brown might sneak in there, too. Oh, he just
It's going
got
to be
second.
Bray Sanchez touching the wall first. 31.18 back half split. That'll put him at a 59.18. Coming in second is Sam Brown, and in third was Logan Nielsen. And now we move on to the C final now. In lane 1, we'll have Charles Duffy from NASA Wildcat. Kel McLaren is in lane 2 from Academy Bullets. Jonathan Kobus is in lane 3 from Hinsdale. Academy Bullets is in 4. That's Ethan Chuang. Calvin Gronwald is in 5 from FMC. Alexei Filipovic is in 6 from St. Charles. His teammate, Kane Kriz, is in 7. And at the top of your screen is Jackson Hogue. He's from Glenbrook.
Yeah, lane 6, Alexei had a great swim this morning. I think he dropped like 3 or 4 seconds just to get into this heat.
And we'll see what he can do in this C final. First 25 yards with some great work off the turn. That is lane 6, Alexei Filipovic from St. Charles.
Yeah, and lane 3,
Lane 3
Jonathan.
as well. Jonathan Kobus with some great work from Hinsdale as they approach that halfway point.
Yeah, he's out
It is
26.6.
Yep, 26.6 from Kobus, 26.8 from Chuang from the Academy Bullets. 75-yard mark now.
Yeah, Jonathan having a nice little swim here.
That is-
Maybe get under 56.99 and get the winter junior national cut.
Jonathan Kobus in 3, Ethan Chuang in lane 4, stroke
Tightening
for
up a little
stroke
bit.
now. It is going to be too close to call. Who's going to touch that wall first? I think it's going to be Ethan Chuang. It is from the Academy Bullets. 30.8 back half split. We'll put him at a 57.7. Touching first is Gronwald from FMC, 57.8. And coming in third is Jonathan Kobus with a 58.05.
Yeah, those were good swims, but you saw Jonathan go out a little too fast, and he tightened up there at the end. He wasn't able to get his arms through anymore.
On to the B final now, as we've got some fast swim action here at day 2 at the Illinois Swimming 2020 Short Course Senior Championships. In lane 1, we're going to have Nathaniel Tungle from Fox Valley. Kyle Hathaway is in 2 from Glenbrook. Chicago Park District is in 3, Daniel Galinsky. Hunter Jackson is in 4 from Cats Aquatic. Fox Valley is in 5, that is Ayush Deshpande. Alexander Dvorak is in 6 from Maverick. Team Millennium is in 7, that is Brayton Graves. And Philip Scarum is in lane 8, top of your screen from Hickory Willow.
Yeah, and Ayush had a lane 5. He had a great start, great breakout. Both him and Jackson, Hunter Jackson are having a
Ayush
nice first 50.
Yep, right there in the middle of your screen. Also some great work towards the bottom of your screen in lane 2. That is Kyle Hathaway from Glenbrook. Lane 3 off the 75-yard turn. That is Daniel Galinsky from CPD.
Oh, that was a great last
keep
pullout
pace.
from Ayush to really separate himself a little bit. Now he's just got to be able to swim.
Too close to call now. It is lane 4, lane 5. It is Ayush Deshpande just out touching Hunter Jackson.
Yeah,
Wow.
you got a winter junior national cut there.
Junior national
For
cut.
Ayush.
Congratulations, Mr. Ayush Deshpande. Again, Hunter Jackson in 3rd, and Daniel Galinsky coming in third. Now let's send it. ...2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. It's the men's 100-yard breaststroke. It is the A final. And once again, only 4 swimmers in this A final. So let me give you those assignments. We're going to have the Academy Bullets in lane 3. That is Benjamin Guerrero. Just mentioned this name a few minutes ago. Kevin Hausman swimming unattached. He set the national standard with a 52.49 earlier today. So he'll definitely be the swimmer to watch. Jedrick Gamila, is in lane 5 from Maverick Swim Club, and William Gallagher is going to be in 6 from Hornet.
Yeah, not the net. He just set the Illinois senior meet record, not the national record.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No,
sorry about that. Thank you for that correction, Casey. I appreciate it. As these young men are getting settled here in the blocks, getting ready for this A final. And they are in the water.
Yeah, and this one is basically a race for second place as Hausman is 5 seconds ahead of everybody here.
That is Kevin Hausman. He is in lane 4, pretty much right in the middle of your screen with a great 25 yards and pull out there. He's already got about a body length lead, Casey. This guy is dominant in this event.
Yeah, I believe he swims for Northwestern, if I'm not mistaken, and he might be trying to get a NCAA B cut and see if he can get invited to NCAA championship meet. Not 100% sure on that, but that would be my guess.
That is Kevin Hausman. He is taking the field all by himself, increasing his lead with every stroke and turn, bringing it into the wall now. We've got to check that time.
Yeah, he went 51. That was fast.
It is. Let's check it. It's a 52 flat. And that is a new meet record. Congratulations, Mr. Kevin Hausman.
And
Coming in second will be William Gallagher, and in third is Jedrick Gamila.
Yeah, second, third, and fourth were only separated by .05. So 0.05 of a second. That was a really close race for second place.
And really good work all around by these young men in the 100-yard breaststroke. As we go on to event number 5 now, it's the women's 200-yard freestyle. Of course, this is the D final. And in lane 1, we're going to have Elizabeth Bowalek from St. Charles. Taylor Ote is in lane 2 from the Chicago Wolfpack. Fox Valley Swim Team is in 3. That is Lauren Lee. Angelina Sakles is in 4 from Hinsdale. Chicago Wolfpack represented once again in lane 5. That is Madison Zamansky. Emsila Arusovic is in lane 6 from Glenbrook Swim Club. St. Charles is in 7. That is Madison Supple. And Hannah Shamata will round out the field. At the top of your screen in lane 8 from North Park Aquatics.
Yeah, and the 200 free is a long sprint. It's not really. I mean, it's one of my favorite events to coach and have my kids swim. But it's definitely a tough race. It's not short enough to full out sprint, but basically that's what you need to do. So if you're a runner out there, I've heard it compared to the 800-meter run.
Okay.
Where one lap is good, but then you got to do another lap, and you don't really want to do that. And that's kind of like the 200 free.
So definitely has to be a key about pacing yourself, right? I mean, you said it's not quite a sprint, but not quite a long race either. So I'm sure pacing and stroke rate has got to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Definitely don't want to overswim the first 25 or first 50. And you want to try and make sure that, your second and third 50s and sometimes even your fourth 50 are roughly all the same. So it's a very controlled sprint as opposed to going out really fast and having a big separation between your first 50 and your second 50. You want to have about a second and a half to 2 seconds to get that right.
It's great that you say that, Casey, because control is probably something that these athletes have a bit of a problem with from time to time, right? I mean, they're a little young, they're got a lot of adrenaline going. Sometimes, like you said, it could be really easy to, overswim those first 50, first 100, and could really put yourself in trouble for the back half of the race.
Absolutely. That's why we swim these meets, is so these swimmers can get the experience and learn how to swim under pressure. And every meet is just it's a practice for the next higher level meet. So you want to learn how to handle the stress and handle your nerves and be able to control yourself as you get up and you're excited.
Not quite sure what we're waiting on at this point. I think they're about ready.
Yeah, I think we're missing a swimmer, and I think they are putting an alternate in, or I'm not 100% sure. But that usually might be the reason for a holdup at this point.
Well, let's get into it. Like I said, it is the D final. Women's 200-yard freestyle. Meet record here is a 147.38. That was set by Grace Ariola.
About 2 years ago.
Yep, about 2 years ago, yep.
Yeah, and this whole heat is only separated by a second, so it'll be interesting to see how they pace it. Everybody usually has their own way of swimming, and sometimes, as you were mentioning earlier, if you get caught up in somebody else's race, then you're going to swim their race, and it may not be exactly what you need to do.
First 50 turn, that is a 26.37 in lane 3. That is Lauren Lee.
Yeah, and she looks pretty controlled. She doesn't look like she went out too hard. There's a difference between going out fast and going out hard. You want to go out fast, but you don't want it to be hard. You don't want it to be a difficult speed. You want to have fast speed.
Right, because that expends more energy, right? Like you said, there's a difference between going fast and going hard. I'm sure going hard, you're expending more energy. And again, like we just mentioned, you want to make sure you conserve that energy for some of these longer races.
Yeah, usually when you're going hard and you're amped up, everything's tightened.
Mm-hmm.
Every muscle group is tightened up, and it just leads to a little bit more pain at the end of the race, as you see in some swims.
That is lane 1, bottom of your screen. I believe that is Elizabeth Bawalek holding on to the lead.
Yeah, she had a very nice second 50, went 28, and her third 50 here is just 29.0, separating herself from the rest of the field. She's having a nice swim.
In lanes 3 and 4, also having a great swim. That is Lauren Lee, just mentioned her a second ago, and Angelina Sakles from the Hinsdale Swim Club. As they are taking it into the wall, it will be Miss Bawalek touching first with a 29.20 final 50.
And Hannah out in lane 8
She's going to come in at a 153.27. Coming in second is Hannah Shimada, and in third was Angelina Sakles with a 154.73. As we move on to the C final now. Let me give you those lanes. And 1, we're going to have Gianna Capello from Hinsdale. And 2, Madeline Padovic from the Hornet Age Group Swim Club. Fox Valley is represented in lane 3. That is Isabella Harder. Callie Frankowiak is in 4 from Maverick Swim Club. Katarina Schneider is in 5 from FMC. Jamie Kohler is in 6 from Hinsdale. Naya Robinson is in 7 from Glenbrook. And rounding out the field is Molly Lumsden from Palatine Park District.
Yeah, we got a couple 14-year-olds in this heat. Probably just swimming this to see just where they're at, because they have their age group state meet next weekend. So they may be swimming there, or they may just be using this as their final meet of the year simply for the competition.
First 50, that is lane 5, Katarina Schneider touching it with a 26.17. 26.26 was in lane 1, Gianna Capello.
Yeah, she went out pretty fast, 26.1. That's pretty good for her. Hopefully she can hang on. It already looks like she's tightening up a little bit as we come into this first 100, halfway point.
That is lane 7, the 28.11 split. That is Nia Robinson from Glenbrook Swim Club.
Yeah, we have Capello in lane 1, and Lumsden up in lane 8 from Palatine having a nice swim too.
As they bring it in to
Final 50 here.
the final 50. Let's check those split times. 28.71, Miss Kolar, fastest lady in the pool. 29.02, that was Miss Schneider in lane 5.
Yeah, and that's a smart swim by Jamie. She was relaxed that first 100, and she really hit it hard on that third 50. She hit it fast, and she's having a nice finish here if she can hang on.
That is lane 6, bringing it into the wall. Jamie Kolar from Hinsdale Swim Club. She's going to touch the wall first, 28.84 on that final 50.
Yeah,
It's going to put her at a 152.59. Coming in second, Miss Schneider, 152.81. And in third, Miss Nia Robinson with a 153.61.
Yeah, Katarina had a nice finish. She got out a little fast, but she had a great finish. She was able to hang on. Good for her.
On to the B final now. Once again, this is the women's 200-yard freestyle. And let me give you the rundown. It will be Emily Regula from the Academy Bullets in lane 1. Casey Craffey is in lane 2 from Cats Aquatic. Chicago Wolfpack is in 3. That is Miss Piper Wood Prince. Annabelle Olivo is in 4 from Fox Valley. And we've got a pair of Wolfpack teammates in lanes 5 and 6. Alexandra Mitchell in 5 and Julia Polsky in 6. Paige Armstrong is in 7 from St. Charles. And the Academy Bullets will be in lane 8. That is Miss Kiara McGowan.
Yeah, in every heat, the intensity just gets a little more. And, you know, kids swim obviously a little bit faster as they're going on. And
First 50 split times, we've got a 25.9 from Annabelle Olivo.
yeah, and out in lane 8, you got a 25.8 from McGowan. So they're really getting after it.
And like you said, Casey, as we move on through these finals, these times get a little bit faster, the competition a little more intense. As you can see, that is right in the middle of your screen, lane 4. Once again, Annabelle Olivo with a 28.32, but right behind her.
Yeah, watch for Piper Wood. She won the 1,000 last night, if I'm not mistaken. So you know she's got plenty in the tank here. And if she's anywhere near the lead at the halfway point, which she was, she's going to have a nice swim. Still out in lane 8. McGowan's holding on a little bit.
And we approach that 150. Once again, it is lanes 3 and 4. That is Miss Piper Wood Prince with a 28.63, 28.54 though from Miss Olivo in lane 4.
Yeah, Mitchell in lane 5 had the fastest third 50 right there.
4 100ths of a second separate the lanes 3 and 4 right now as they bring it back for the final 25 yards.
Look at lane 5 coming on strong.
That is lane 5. Miss Alexandra Mitchell as they bring it into the wall. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Annabelle Olivo.
Yeah, and Olivo won because she had a better finish. She finished long where Mitchell jammed her finish.
1.511 from Olivo, 1.512 from Mitchell, and touching third is Piper Wood Prince with a 1.5121 as we will now throw it down now for the A final to the pool deck. right, you just saw those A final contestants walking into the blocks, getting their introduction. Again, this is the event 5, women's 200-yard freestyle here at the Illinois Swimming Senior Championships for 2020. We are on the short course here at the UIC Natatorium. And as the pool deck announcer is also giving those assignments, I will give you those assignments. In lane 3, we're going to have Maxine Parker. She's from Cats Aquatic. Anna Poplowski is in 4 from Waves. Hinsdale Swim Club is in 5. That is Miss Callahan Dunn. And in lane 6, that is Abby Tauti from the Chicago Wolfpack.
Yeah, and if you look across here, you can see some 3 tall ladies, and then lane 5 and Callahan, not as tall, but she works probably harder than anyone I've ever coached. So you don't have to be tall to be a fast swimmer is my point on that one. Just got to be willing to work hard. I'd look for Anna here to try and get the meet record. I'm sure that's in her sights. It may not be her ultimate goal, but she's only a second away.
Yep, Anna Poplowski in 4 with a 148.38 seed time. That meet record is a 147.38 set by Grace Ariola. So, like you said, Casey, she's got a shot to break it. Off to a good start so far. Approaching that first 50 split time, that is lane 4.
Yeah, Maxine Parker is definitely out fast, but you kind of expect that. She's definitely a sprinter. Very fast in the 50 and 100. See if she can translate that into a great 200 time.
As they come off that last turn, we're going to get this 100-yard halfway point split time. That is Maxine Parker with a 26.88.
Yeah, but I don't count Poplowski out. She's 27.1 right there on her feet. She's swimming a little controlled and a little held back. She's kind of letting Maxine get out there like a rabbit, and she's going to probably chase her down here at the end.
Like you just mentioned on cue, that is Anna Poplowski from Waves. She has pretty much matched Maxine Parker at the 150 mark.
Yeah, she outsplit her by 0.6 of a second there.
27.38 for Poplowski, 27.93 for Parker. It is Anna Poplowski and Maxine Parker on the 175 turn.
Oh, they're both hurting. Poplowski didn't have a very good streamline off that last turn there.
Anna Poplowski, Maxine Parker. It is way too close to call, bringing it into the wall.
Oh.
It's going to be Maxine Parker, 27.57 on that last 50.
Yeah, great finish by
Just
Maxine.
out swimming by a tenth of a
look at
second. 147.16 for Parker, 147.26.
Yeah, they both set the meet
And
record.
they both, like you mentioned, Casey, set that meet record. Congratulations, young ladies.
And they were just 300ths off the pool record. So that was a nice swim, ladies. Well done.
As we keep the action moving here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships, it's the men's turn now. Once again, it is event 6, men's 200-yard freestyle. D final, C final, B final, and A final is how we divvy up these final competitions for these events here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. Young men are just about ready to get into those blocks. Let me give you those assignments. It's going to be Aaron Martin in 1 from the Flying Fish. Michael Bennington is in 2 from FMC. Charles Duffy is in 3 from NASA. Waves is in 4. That's Joshua Fujimoto. Gabriel Andra is in lane 5 from Swift. Simeon Rinkenberger is in lane 6 from Peoria. The Nassau Wildcat is in 7. That's Edward Obara. And Zachary Butters rounds out this D final at the top of your screen in lane 8. As they approach that first 50 split, that is a 23-7-9 from Mr. Obara in lane 7. But still a little early as they approach the 75-yard turn mark. Approaching the halfway point here at the 200-yard freestyle. Once again, this is the D final. Let's check out those splits once again. We've got a tight grouping for the lead. That is a 26-19 from Mr. Rinkenberger. He was the fastest young man in the pool. At the halfway point, on the 150 now, that is a 26-4-1 from Gabriel Andra, fastest swimmer on that 50 split. 117.31 though at the 150 mark for Mr. Obara, still with a slight lead. Can Mr. Obara hold off the field? Is going to be really tight. I think that's lane 5 touching first. It is Mr. Gabriel Andra bringing it on strong that last 50. 26-17, touching the wall first with a 143.97 in, let's see. Actually, we have a tie for first. In lane 2, that's Michael Bennington, also with a 143.97. In third was Mr. Fujimoto from Waves. Nice work, young man, as we move it on now to the C final. At the 200-yard freestyle here, let me give you those assignments. In 1, Dylan Barral from Wheaton Swim Club. FMC is in lane 2. That's Connor Doon. Benjamin Lewis is in 3 from Team Millennium. Thomas Matulis is in 4 from Academy Bullets. Anthony Carollo is in lane 5 from Patriot Aquatic. Hinsdale Swim Club is in 6. That's Connor Groya. Benjamin Guerrero in 7 from the Bullets. And the Sterling Stingrays are in lane 8 at the top of your screen. That is Calvin Sandifer. Already done with the first 25 yards here. They're going to approach this 50-yard mark. And I will give you those split times. Looks like in lane 3 is the fastest guy at this point. That is Benjamin Lewis with a 23.39. Halfway mark now. That is, again, a lane 3. Benjamin Lewis with the lead with a 25.68 split time, putting him at a 49.07 at the halfway point. We'll see if he can hold off the rest of the field. It is a tight grouping as the rest of the field right around 50 seconds for that halfway mark. 150 now. That's Benjamin Guerrero still with the lead, but also having a great swim and with a great turn. That was lane 2, Connor Doon from FMC. Last turn coming up now, 25 yards to go. That is Benjamin Lewis. He's increased his lead a little bit, going to bring it on home, going to hit that wall first. It's a race for second at this point, as Connor Doon with a 27.56.50. 26.71 on that final split for Lewis. 142.72 is his final time. 143.57 for Thomas Matulis out of the Bullets. And Mr. Groya from Hinsdale also tied for second, 143.57. Nice swim, young men, as we move it now to the B final. As we get it closer to this A final, like we mentioned a few minutes ago, these times are going to get a little faster. Swim's going to get a little more intense competition ramped up just here a little bit. And in lane 1, we're going to have Jay Jensen from Hinsdale Swim Club. Mark Avery is in 2 from Maverick. Joshua Knoll from Peoria is in 3. Alexei Filipovic is in 4 from St. Charles. Hornet is in lane 5. That's William Gallagher. Matthew Fernandez in 6. Frank Taroni in 7. And Tyler McLaren in lane 8. As they are already turning at the 50-yard mark. That is a 23-6 flat for Alexei Filipovic in lane 4 from St. Charles. Top of your screen in lane 8. A little bit of outside smoke there. Tyler McLaren with a 25-6-2 split. 49-2-7 there at the halfway mark. 49-6-3, 49-4-3 for Alexei Filipovic in lane 4. Lanes 8, lanes 4 having a great swim, but got to keep an eye also on lane 6. That is Matthew Fernandez from the Chicago Wolfpack, also having a great swim. And in lane 1 as well at the bottom of your screen, Jay Jensen coming on strong in his back half of the race. Bringing it on home, that is lane 4, Alexei Filipovic. He's going to touch the wall first. 25-7-3 on his final 50. Fernandez, Mr. Fernandez in lane 6 touching second. 146.7 for Filipovic. 141.25 for Fernandez and 141.74 for Mr. Joshua Knoll. Good swim, young man, for the B final, as we'll now throw it down now to the pool deck for the A final. And we are back, as you can see, if you are watching us on YouTube. And again, we thank you for watching us. I want to give a quick mention before we run out of time here. Mr. Brian McNamara, group sales executive from the Chicago White Sox, joined us earlier on in the broadcast. And if you are watching here on YouTube here at the event, he is going to be at the concourse still for about another 15 minutes. So if you want to talk to him about maybe getting some tickets and see what you can do to get yourself on for the Chicago White Sox swim night coming up in May, he is the guy to talk to, Mr. Brian McNamara, on the concourse here at the UIC Natatorium. As once again, we are in the A final for the men's 200-yard freestyle. Let me give you those lane assignments. In 3, we'll have Grant Boczynski from Maverick Swim Club. Peoria Area Water Wizards is in lane 4. That's Justin Alderson. Nicholas Tomasoni is in 5 from Hinsdale. And Fox Valley will round out the group in 6. That is Mr. Andrew Dye.
Yeah, this should be a good race.
Approaching the halfway mark, 100 yards of the 200-yard freestyle for the men's.
Yeah,
We've got some fast times,
24.85. 47. And then lane 6 out there, Andrew Dye.
Yep.
He 48, but it's going to be a nice finish here. Little short on these streamlines coming off the wall, but they're doing all right.
150 mark. That is Justin Alderson. 25-35 on that last 50 split. 113-12.
Yeah, these guys are looking to go about 138. 138 high, 139 low. That'd be a great drop for Tomasoni and Bochensky.
Liam Hutchinson owns the meet record here. He set that last year with a 137.31. And coming in first, it'll be Justin Alderson with a 25-4 final 50. Tomasoni in second, 138.52. That time for Alderson, 139.03 for Tomasoni, and 139.42 for Mr. Grant Bochensky.
I think we're going to awards, though, first.
I thought, yes, we are, yes. A little bit of confusion there, but we will have a brief break for some awards coming up, about 10 or 15 minutes here, and then we will pick things back up with event number 7. It'll be the women's 100-yard butterfly.
Women's 1,000. In 8th place, Miss Caroline Zimner. Make sure you clap, ladies and gentlemen. 7th place, Miss Elizabeth Bowlick. 6th place, Corinne Geist. And in 5th place, Mary Kate Phillips. In 4th place, Miss Sydney Kelly. Nice job, ladies. And in 3rd place, with a time of 10:08.31 from Wheaton, Miss Holly Wessel. In 2nd place, with a time of 10:08.19 from Academy Bullets, Miss Nina Mullen. And check this out, 3/100ths of a difference. And in 1st place, with a winning time of 10:00.16 from Chicago Wolfpack, Miss Piper Wood Prince. Fantastic job, ladies. Make sure you're waving to your family and your friends. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. Take a bow. Come on down. Moving right along for event number 2. I should have all of my guys over for event number 2 for the awards. The 1,000. Once again, I need the 1,000 swimmers. The gentlemen, event number 2. Please report over by the awards. For event number 2, the men's 1,000 free, the top 8. In 8th place, Mr. Hayward Wilson from New Trier. 7th place, Mr. Brandon Long from the Flying Fish. 6th place, Mr. John Martin, also from Flying Fish. 5th place, Mr. Jay Jensen from HSC. 4th place, Mr. Liam Davis from Mavericks. And in 3rd place, with a time of 9:35.85 from HSC, Mr. Nick Tomasoni. 2nd place, with a time of 9:29.56 from Academy Bullets, Mr. Austin Millard. And in 1st place, with a winning time of 9:21.58 from Fox Valley, Mr. Lucas Conrads. Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice warm round of applause all together for your gentlemen on the stand for event number 2, the men's 1,000 free. Make sure you wave to your family and your friends, guys. You are live on YouTube. You're famous. Nice job, guys. Come on down. Moving right along, this is going to be event number 3 for the women's 1,000 oh my God, 100 breaststroke. Top 8. Thumbs up, good to go. Okay, I think we're good. Here we go, event number 3 with the women's 100 breaststroke, top 8. In 8th place, Miss Madeline Wenig from Academy Bullets. 7th place, Miss Kelly Wilhite from Mavs. 6th place from Swift Aquatics, Miss Veronica Peachnick. 5th place, swimming unattached HSC, Miss Tiffany Matulis. In 4th place, swimming for HSC, Tyra Geronis. I don't remember. I knew you put that down on your sheet. 3rd place with a time of 103.13 from St. Charles, Miss Mary Jania. 2nd place with a time of 102.85 from St. Charles, Miss Alyssa Brault. And with a winning time of 101.78 from New Trier Aquatics, Miss Kaylin Gridley. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make a nice warm round of applause. Let them hear you. This is your top 8 finishers for the event number 3. This is the women's 100 breaststroke. Nice job, ladies. Nice job. Make sure you wave into your family and friends once again. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Make sure you wave. Put a smile on. You are live. Take a bow and come on down. I will say, can we have somebody, maybe a coach or an official or something like that, kind of squeeze the podium back together? Looks like it's getting a little unsafe. Can you push that together? Yeah, it's splitting. in between 1 and 2. Thank you. Yeah, that looked like it was getting a little sketchy. Coming up next, event number 4. Thank you to our volunteers for fixing the podium. Event number 4, the men's 100 breaststroke, top 8. In 8th place, from Hickory Willow, we have Philip Skarim. Is it Skarim or Skarim? 7th place, from CPD, Mr. Daniel Galinsky. 6th place, from Cats Aquatic, Hunter Jackson. 5th place, from Fox Valley, Mr. Ayush Deshpande. 4th place, from the Bullets, we have Benjamin Guerrero. And in 3rd place, with a time of 57.26, from the Mavs, Jedrick Gamilla. Second place with a time of 57.24, which was 0.02 of a difference. From Hornets, Mr. William Gallagher. And I wish I knew the NCAA time. Did you get it? Yeah, thumbs up? All right. Solid. And in first place with a winning time of 52.00, a new meet record and an NCAA cut, swimming unattached from Northwestern, Mr. Kevin Hausman. 52.3. That's awesome. Now you need to make a little bit more noise for these guys. This is a solid performance. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for event number 4, the men 100 breaststroke. Nice work, guys. Nice work. Take a bow. Come on down. Up next, event number 5. This is going to be the women's 200 free. In 8th place, we have Kira McGowan from Academy Bullets. 7th place, from Wolfpack, Miss Piper Wood Prince. 6th place, from Wolfpack, Miss Alexandra Mitchell. 5th place, from Fox Valley Riptides, Annabelle Olivio. 4th place, from Wolfpack, Miss Abby Towdy. Rhymes with howdy. She wrote that on the bio. She's like, rhymes with howdy. 3rd place with a time of 150.09 from HSC, Miss Callahan Dunn. 2nd place with a time of 147.26. This is awesome. From Waves Bloomington, Miss Anna Peplowski. And in first place with a winning time, I want to say it was a new meet record, right? 147.16 from Cats Aquatic, Miss Maxine Parker. 1/10 of a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. A nice warm round of applause for your top 8 finishers for event number 5. This is the women's 200 free. Man, the swimmers are fast. Ladies, great job. Take a bow. Come on down. Moving right along, this is going to be the final one that we do for this part. This is going to be event number 6, the men's 200 free, top 8. Thumbs up, thumbs up. 8th place, swimming unattached, Mr. Tyler McLaren. 7th place, from the Water Wizards, Joshua Knoll. Sixth place from the Wolfpack, Matthew Fernandez. Fifth place from St. Charles, Alexei Filipovic. Fourth place from Fox Valley, Mr. Andrew Day. Andrew, am I saying your last name right? No? Oh, man, see, why didn't you all tell me that earlier? I've been saying that for like 5 years. It's like day, die, day, die. Why don't you just tell me? Third place with a time of 139.42 from Mavericks, Grant Bochensky. Second place with a time of 139.03 from Hinsdale, Mr. Nicholas Tomasoni. And in first place with a winning time of 138.52 from the Water Wizards, Mr. Justin Alderson. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice warm round of applause for the top 8 finishers for your guys. Event number 6, the men's 200 free. Nice work, guys.
All right, that was our first round of awards here. And we are back in action, day 2 at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships at the UIC Natatorium Short Course. Once again, I am Jay Pfeiffer and joined by Casey Natuk from the Sterling Stingrays, and we're moving this action right along here. Again, we had some good finals earlier in the broadcast, men's and women's 100-yard breaststroke and men's and women's 200-yard freestyle, but now it is event number 7. It is the women's 100-yard butterfly. This will be the D final. Let me give you those assignments. In lane 1, at the bottom of your screen, Kylie Riddle. Hannah Shimada is in 2. Ella Young is in 3. Leslie Wendell is in 4. Elaine Carroll is in 5. Casey Craffey is in 6. Haley Dynas is in 7. And Sophie Meng will round out the group at the top of your screen in lane 8.
Yeah, this is a great event. Fast underwaters are key. Good, strong stroke.
Halfway point now, that is a 27-2-1 by Miss Carroll from Fox Valley. Yeah. Having an excellent swim so far. That is in lane 5.
Yeah, and Hannah Shimada was out 26-9 down there in lane 2, so she's putting together a nice swim as well.
And again, these are the sprint races, Casey, so it's best to get off as opposed to the 200s or the longer races. Right. It's really important to get off to a quick start here.
Yeah, you definitely need to have a good start, good first 50 to put yourself in a great position. You still want to make sure you're breathing, though, especially in butterfly if you're staying underwater.
And coming in first, that is Hannah Shimada with a 57.05. Coming in second, Miss Wendell, and in third, Miss Carroll. Nice swim, Hannah Shimada from North Park Aquatics. As we move on to the C final now, we'll have Sydney Kelly from Academy Bullets in 1. Samantha Kirshner will be in 2 from Maverick. Emma Zhang will be in 3 from Cats. Hinsdale is represented by Megan Mitchell in lane 4. Lindsay Drum is going to be in lane 5 from FMC. And we have a trio of Academy Bullets teammates in lane 6, 7, and 8. So Olivia Hoskins will be in 6. Kara McGowan in 7. And Sophie Bastian in lane 8. Meet record here is a 53.49, set by Grace Ariola a couple of years ago. Fastest seed time here belongs to Megan Mitchell in lane 4 with a 57.29. And as we are approaching this halfway point of the 100-yard butterfly, a really close grouping for first on that first 50. That is a 26.38. from
Yeah, there's
Emma
a
Zhang.
slew of 26s out there, 4 of them.
Some great work in this C final on that first 50 yards as they have that final turn now. That is lane
They're really
5.
fighting. They got to get their head down and just drive for the wall now at this point.
But 4, 5, and 6 is a really close. Who's going to get there first? That is lane 5. Lindsey Drum with a 36.7 back half will put her at 57.14 on the final time. 57.25 is Miss Hoskins in second, and 57.38 for Miss Mitchell in lane 4. As we get it to the B final now, Audrey Richardson will be in lane 1 from NASA. Swift Aquatics is in lane 2. That's Veronica Peachnick. Lily Consiglio is in 3 from the Flying Fish. Glenbrook Swim Club is in 4. That is Emma Pritchett. Eleanor McMean is in lane 5 from Hinsdale. Her teammate Melanie Quinones is in lane 6. Annalise Stingle is in 7 from Cats. And St. Charles is in lane 8. That is Miss Isabella Del Rosario.
Yeah, and these girls are probably looking to get 55, 55.3, see if they get a winter junior cut.
Emma Pritchett with that fastest seed time in lane 4. As they have it arranged here at Illinois Swimming, those fastest seed times are usually in lane 4.
Yeah, they'll always be in lane 4
Yep.
as long as there's 8 lanes.
Now, in your experience as a coach, Casey, does that make a difference for some of these swimmers as opposed to being in the outside lanes versus the middle lanes?
Yeah, typically the middle lanes have fewer waves because you don't have everybody else's waves to contend to, and the bounce back off the side of the pool or the side of the float out there in the middle. So being in the middle tends to be a little bit better. You also can not worry and have to look and just get out in front and have some nice smooth water to race in.
Into the wall. It is close. Lanes 4 and 5. That is Miss Emma Pritchett. Actually, I'm sorry. That is Miss McMean from Hinsdale. She's touching the wall first with a 56.3. Her teammate, Miss Quinones, is in second at 56.32. And Miss Pritchett from Glenbrook will be in third with a 56.35. As we will now take it down to the pool deck for the A final. Once again, this is the women's 100-yard butterfly. All right, you saw those finalists walk up from the pool deck into the blocks. It is the A final, event number 7, women's 100-yard butterfly. And let me give you those assignments before we get started. We'll have Madeline Padovic from Hornet Swim Club. She's in 3. Paige Collins is in lane 4 from Maverick Swim Club. Hinsdale is in 5, Miss Anna Grooveberger. And Kira Tiv from Chicago Wolfpack will be in lane 6.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a pool record or team meet record, but I think we'll probably see a 54 to win this race right here.
Well, if we can see a 54, Casey, I think we can get a 53, 4, 9, and under, hopefully. Again, I just love to see these records broken here at the Illinois Swimming Senior Championships here on the short course. As these young ladies are into the water now, that is some great underwater work from lanes 3 and 4.
That was definitely a great start and great dolphin kicks underwater there. Good tight streamline too.
Paige Collins with that streamlined underwater work that Casey just mentioned. She's got a slight lead approaching the halfway point. Let's check her split. It's going to be a 25-6-7. Not too far behind, 26-1-6, Miss Padovic in lane 3.
Yeah, and she's not getting up too high. She's staying relatively flat, which is good. She's not wasting a lot of energy here on her swim. She didn't go as far on that last underwater. Little tired, which is to be expected, but she's going to finish strong and maybe get under that 55 barrier.
Into the water. That is Miss Paige Collins with a 29.34 final 50. It'll put her at 55.01 for a final time. Coming in second, Ms. Groofberger with a 55.44. And rounding out the top three, Ms. Kira Tibb with a 55.69.
My prediction was so close. So close.
Congratulations, Miss Paige Collins and all the young women on that women's 100-yard butterfly. Up next, it is the men's turn, 100-yard butterfly, D final. And those assignments are as follows. Calvin Sandefur will be in lane 1, bottom of your screen. Andrew Kelly is in 2. Kane Kriz is in 3. Ethan Twang is in 4. Connor Huang is in 5. Darren Rogers is in 6. Connor Doon is in 7. And Jedra Gamila rounds out the D final, top of your screen in lane 8. As they enter that water.
Of course, I'm biased here. I want lane 1 to win. But
Yep.
I'm looking for everybody to have a great swim here, get some 51s coming off.
Meet record here is a 48.33. That was held by Nicholas Zito back in 2017.
These boys won't be anywhere near that meet record, but they can still be pretty fast for themselves.
24.14. That was Mr. Kelly, I believe, with the fastest first 50.
Yeah, and Gamila out there in lane 8 is swimming really fast. He's having a great swim.
Jedrick Gamila from Maverick Swim Club, like you mentioned, Casey, having an excellent swim.
Yeah,
bringing
Mavericks
it into
may
the
put
wall.
Back-to-back wins here with that 100 fly of the girls.
And it will be Mr. Jedrick Gamila with a 27.98 final 50. Mr. Rogers is in second and Mr. Huang in third. 51.51 for Gamila, 52.01 for Rogers, and 52.06 for Huang. Congratulations, Mr. Gamila. As we move it right along now to the C final, we're going to have Dean Ramsbottom in lane 1. Lawrence Wang will be in 2. John Tischke will be in 3. Vincent Pye will be in 4. Nathaniel Tungle will be in lane 5. James Shorney will be in 6. William Herwig will be in 7. And Amir Aliev will be in lane 8 from Fox Valley.
And again, you got a lot of strong shoulders in this race.
They are turning, churning, and burning this short course right now. That is a lane 4, Mr. Vincent Pye at the halfway point. His split was a 23.66, 23.97 for Mr. Herwig in lane 7 from the Academy Bullets.
Yeah, Vincent looks really strong right now. He looks like he's going to be able to bring this home and maybe get under that 51.
As they take it for the final 10 yards here, that is Vincent Pye from Swift Aquatics with a 27.12 back half. He's touching the wall first.
Yeah, he's going to have a nice swim. Good
John
time.
Tischke is in the second place from Hinsdale, and Mr. Shorney will be in third. 50.78 for Vincent Pye, 51.61 for Tischke, and 51.87 for Mr. Shorney. As we turn it over quickly to the B final now. Second to last final in event number 8, men's 100-yard butterfly in lane 1. We're going to have Liam Davis, Joshua Knoll in 2, Tegan Cook in 3, William Raitt in 4, Justin Alderson in lane 5, Ethan Batko in 6, Tristan Stevens in lane 7, and rounding out the B final will be Frank Taroni at the top of your screen.
Yeah, it'd be nice here to see a sub 50 out of one of these swimmers, or maybe 2 of them. We'll see. I'd say lane 4 and 5 obviously are the closest, but maybe out there in lane 7 or back in lane 3, we may have a shot as well. Tegan Cook.
Lanes 3, 4, and 5 are grouped pretty closely. That is Tegan Cook with a 23.56 at the halfway point, 23.61 for Alderson, 23.8 for William Raitt.
Yeah, I coached with Tegan's dad like 20 years ago in Elk Grove, of all places. So it was, he's a nice guy, and his kid looks like he's having a great swim right here.
Lane 3, that is Mr. Tegan Cook. He's going to drop it in first
think
with
he
a
got
26.3. Back half, Mr. Alderson, Justin Alderson will touch second.
Yeah, there you go.
And Ethan Batco will be third. 49.88, like you predicted, Casey. Sub 50 time there. 51.5 for Alderson and 59 for Batco. As we throw it down now to the pool deck for the A final. All right, we are at the A final. Fastest swimmers of the preliminary session here earlier in the morning at the Illinois Swimming Short Course Championships for 2020. In lane 3, we're going to have Jaden Olson from Chicago Wolfpack. In 4, we're going to have Jonathan Grodecki from New Trier Aquatics. Andrew Dye will be in lane 5 from Fox Valley and Hinsdale Swim Club. Will be represented by Cullen Coughlin in lane 6. Everyone except Coughlin under 50 on those preliminary times this morning.
Yeah, and it would not surprise me to see a meet record here out of Grodecki or Dye.
Both of those young men just about a second off of that meet record, 48.33.
Yeah, Grodecki is, he's a little bit older than everybody else, but it looks like he's gearing up for a trial run if he doesn't have the trial cut already, and trying to get a shot at the 2020 Tokyo. So you get some tune-up just in racing is what his point is doing here.
That certainly will be exciting to see, as this is an Olympic year. So like you mentioned, Casey, some of these swimmers are trying to qualify for some of those Olympic trials maybe down the road here in a few months.
Right. Yeah, obviously they can't qualify in yards because you can only qualify long course meters, but racing never hurt anybody.
Absolutely. Competition is competition no matter how you look at it. And they are in the water. A final for the men's 100-yard butterfly.
And Grodecki was really deep and just came right up at that 15-meter mark. That was a great start, great kick. Coughlin out there in lane 6 also had a great breakout in the first fast 25.
Yeah. Cullen Coughlin in lane 6. Mr. Grodecki in lane 4 with a 22-4-7 split.
Yeah, they're all out 22. If they come home in a 25, Summer Nationals a 47-29, which is I'm sure what these guys are shooting for. See if they can hang on here.
Final turn here, and it's a close race. It's gonna be tough here as Mr. Grodecki actually fell off the pace a little bit. That is lane 5, I believe.
Yeah, look at that.
Mr. Andrew Dye with a superb back half swim, 26.48. We'll get him there first. Mr. Olson from the Wolfpack gonna touch second. And amazingly, Mr. Grodecki will be last as Cullen Coughlin touches the wall third. 49.28 for that final time for Mr. Andrew Dye. Almost on that meet record, but not
a little
quite.
off. They were hurting coming home, but
still an exciting swim, and congratulations, Mr. Andrew Dye.
Great swim for all of them.
Agreed. As we keep it moving here on to event number 9. Fast swims, fast action here at the Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. And we are on to one of my personal favorite events, It is the 400-meter individual medley. We're going to start things off with the women, of course.
Have you done this 400-yard iron?
I actually.
Because I don't know if you'd be saying it's your favorite if you did.
Well,
Just saying.
In full discretion and in my defense, Casey, I'm not sure if the people at home or if you're listening, watching on YouTube, they're going to appreciate this well, but I can't swim a lick. So, but
I understand
it
why.
is certainly exciting to watch, which makes it my favorite.
I understand. But you're swimming this event. I don't think anyone will ever say this is their favorite event. Even the great swimmers don't like this event.
Well, why would you say that is, though? I mean, we know, obviously, explain for the folks at home watching, this is
the 400 IM is
right.
one of the most grueling events. You do 100 of each stroke. You start off with butterfly, which a lot of people feel is the most difficult stroke to do and most tiring.
Okay.
And so when you finish 100 yards of butterfly, you still have 300 yards left to go. And some people find that pretty daunting. And so they'll use the backstroke as a little bit of a rest. And if they're not good at breaststroke, then you may as well just forget it. That was my problem. I was not a breaststroker, so the 400 IM was definitely not my favorite event. But I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I love the information.
Telling who's swimming.
Absolutely. As we have those lane assignments, I'll give them to you for the C final. Here, women's 400-yard individual medley in lane 1, bottom of your screen, will be Miss Callie Tuma from Fox Valley. Caroline Zimner will be in 3 from Wheaton Swim Club. FMC Aquatic is represented by Margaret Meehan in 3. Megan Mitchell will be in lane 4 from Hinsdale. The Elgin Cyclones will be represented by Miss Ella Young in 5. Caroline Kramer is in 6 from Hinsdale. Academy Bullets is in 7. That's Miss Madeline Winnig. And Lauren Wisdom at the top of your screen in lane 8 from Waves Bloomington.
Yeah, and every swimmer will have a different approach to this race depending on what their best stroke is or what they feel is their best stroke. You don't want to get too far behind in butterfly if you're relying on that breaststroke, because once you get to a certain level, it doesn't matter, like if you're a great breaststroker, everybody else is still going to be a decent enough breaststroker that you won't be able to catch them. And so sometimes you see, especially with the younger swimmers who rely on breaststroke in the past to catch up to everybody, sometimes it doesn't work so well at the senior level and beyond.
So what else would you say is really the key? Because, again, the distance is short for these for the strokes. But, I mean, what would you say the key is for, just maintaining that stroke rate, that energy in this? Because, like you said, you're transitioning from stroke to stroke. So right. I'm sure it differs for each swimmer.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure that you're not over swimming the butterfly and that you're nice and relaxed. You're still going to be fast. I mean, the excitement of the meet, the excitement of just swimming in general is going to get you out fast. And so you just let that happen and you let that go. And then your backstroke and breaststroke and even your freestyle a little bit, you want your second 50 to be faster than your first. You're transitioning from, butterfly to backstroke to breaststroke.
Right.
So you don't necessarily want to blow it out on that first 25. Get into the stroke and then have yourself a good second 50 so that you can then build your speed. And it's a little easier to swim. I mean, easy is
right. Relative term.
relative, but it's a little better to swim it that way, and typically that's what you see a lot of the swimmers do.
And that is lane 4, having an outstanding C final, Megan Mitchell from the Hinsdale Swim Club.
Yeah, she just swam the 100 fly not like 20 minutes ago, so this is a pretty quick turnaround for her. She's probably not too happy, but she's doing a great job right now.
Right above her is Miss Ella Young in 5, and in lane 2, also having a great C final so far, that is Caroline Zimner from Wheaton Swim Club.
Yeah, and look for lane 3, Margaret Meehan, to catch up with these girls a little bit. She's a solid breaststroker, so she's going to be right in the mix at the end of this breaststroke.
Once again, this is the 400-yard individual medley. And again, as a reminder, I love watching this particular event, even though I can't do it.
No, it's a great event. It is fun to swim, not fast, but it is fun to swim. I don't swim it fast. These guys swim it fast. I don't swim it fast. But out there in lane 7,
Yep.
Madeline had a very nice breaststroke.
Madeline Winnig from the Academy Bullets, 37.55 on that last split time. Certainly made up a lot of ground with that breaststroke as they transition to the final stroke now, which is the freestyle.
Right, and again, this first 25, you just want to get back into a rhythm and get back into the swim a little bit. You don't want to sprint the first 25 because chances are you're not going to catch the water and you're not going to get a great pull and you're not going to go anywhere. So just kind of ease into this first 25 and let it build the first 50, and then on this back half, you just want to bring it home, this last 50.
Madeline Winnig, and at the bottom of your screen, Carolyn Zimner has made up a lot of ground. She is in the lead right now.
Yeah, Zimner out of Wheaton. I think we mentioned this over at the age group meet over the summer. Bob Struby, no stranger to distance. He loves to train his kids hard, and they respond.
Lane 2, Caroline Zimner bringing it on home from the Wheaton Swim Club. 29.72 final split time. She's touching the wall first. Ella Young in second. And Madeline Winnig will touch third. 4:31.06 for Zimner.
Yeah, almost a 5-second drop. That was great.
8.3 for Young and 4:34.47 for Winnig. On to the B final now. And let's get right into those assignments. It will be Madison Samansky from the Wolfpack, bottom of your screen in 1. Samantha Rhodes will be in 2 from Wildkit. Holly Wessel will be in lane 3 from Wheaton Swim Club. Peyton Baxter is in 4 from St. Charles. Sydney Kelly representing the Academy Bullets in 5. Naomi Ruff will be in 6 from St. Charles. Tyra Geronis is in 7 from Hinsdale. And Miss Joanna Burnham at the top of your screen from Fox Valley. She's in lane 8. First 50-yard split of this 400-yard individual medley. That is a 28.29 from Miss Ruff and Miss Baxter in lanes 4 and 6. Once again, 400-yard individual medley. $100-yard mark, finishing up the butterfly stroke, transitioning to the backstroke now. That is a 31.92. Last 50 split by Miss Kelly from the Academy Bullets in lane 5 as they are in the backstroke now. $200-yard split now for these young ladies. And Miss Baxter in lane 4 with the lead. I did not get her split time. I apologize for that. A little quick on that transition, but she's at a 2:07.54 at the halfway point as they are into the breaststroke. Peyton Baxter from the Academy Bullets in lane 4. 37.2 on that 50-yard split. 38.06 in lane 6 from Miss Naomi Ruff from St. Charles. Peyton Baxter from the St. Charles swim team in lane 4 having an outstanding breaststroke in this IM. She's got a body length lead over her nearest opponent. That is lane 6, Naomi Ruff. As we make the final transition on to the freestyle now, that was a 37.48 blistering split time for Ms. Baxter, 39.44 for Ms. Ruff. .350-yard mark, and Peyton Baxter has increased her lead substantially, 30.78 her last split time, 31.11 for Miss Ruff. Fastest lady in the pool, however, was Miss Kelly from Academy Bullets with a 29.75. Bringing it on home, Peyton Baxter in lane 4 in this B final of the women's 400-yard IM. Getting there first. And we had a little bit of a malfunction here on the scoreboard. I apologize for that. That time is not right. Miss Peyton Baxter from St. Charles will be first. I believe Miss Kelly will be in second. And Miss Ruff will be in third. As we take it down now to the pool deck for the A final of this women's 400-yard IM. Oh, we are having tons of fun here at the Illinois Swimming 2020 Senior Championships at the UIC Natatorium. As you just saw, we are in the A final as these young ladies were introduced with a little bit of a parade march into the blocks here. And in those lanes, we're going to have a Miss Alyssa Brault from lane 3, St. Charles swim team. Callahan Dunn in 4 from Hinsdale. St. Charles again will be in 5. That's Mary Jania. And Alexandra Mitchell will round out the A final in 6 from the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and speaking of not enjoying this event, Mary Jania this morning, after I happened to see her right after she swam in, she said that just never gets easier, and it's never any fun. But she seated second, so she's doing something right.
And it speaks to the dedication that they still do it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would assume at this point they have a choice to keep swimming the IMs or not.
They do, but it's one of those things that if you're good at it, no matter how much you may not like it, you still got to do it. I heard this story that Michael Phelps's least favorite event is the 200 fly, but he was still a world record holder in it, so that's pretty good.
So go figure on that one, folks.
Yeah.
As we have the first 50 yards, we are on the butterfly portion to start things off in this IM. 27.07 for Miss Dunn in lane 4, 28.37 for Miss Jania in 5.
Yeah, Callahan doesn't really have a weak stroke, so this is a great event for her. She sets up nicely. Actually, butterfly, I would say, would probably be her weakest, even though it's still rather fast. Jania is going to be a solid breaststroker, and I'm not very aware of what the other two girls have a strong suit in, but obviously they're here, so they're strong in something.
Callahan Dunn, 57.99 as they transition into the backstroke now. 57.99 on her butterfly, excuse me. In this IM. In lane 4. Go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, no, you can see how they're all just kind of slowly building their kick into this first 50. And the second 50, they'll build up the kick a little more, but you don't necessarily want to overkick too much because, you know, you need those legs for breaststroke especially. So don't burn your legs out here, otherwise you won't be good at breaststroke. And if you're not good at breaststroke like I wasn't, then you really don't want to kick at all. It was either don't kick or just get as fast as you can that first 200 and try to hold on.
Miss Callahan Dunn dominating first 2 disciplines, butterfly and backstroke, now transitioning to the breaststroke. That was at 32.5 on that last 50 yards. 32.8. Miss Mitchell in lane 6 from CWAC.
Yeah, Cal came in with a best time of a 4:18 high or 4:19 low, and she went 4:20 this morning, and I don't think she's necessarily focused to do her best at this as she's going to be going to Orlando in a week and a half and swimming there.
Callahan Dunn in 4, increasing her lead with each transition here. It's pretty much a race for second at this point. Lanes 3 and 5. Alyssa Brault in 3, Mary Jania in 5. Both St. Charles swim teammates.
Yeah. Well, you know, St. Charles does have some good breaststrokers. They got great swimmers. Great program over there.
Now, we talked about this before, Casey, but just to sort of reiterate and just give the people watching at home, fans, an idea, how difficult do you believe it is when you've got such a big lead in a race like this to keep your pace up, to keep your energy up, but not burn out too much?
Yeah, well, a lot of the times, guys and girls ladies and gentlemen who have leads like this isn't their first time.
Right.
So they're used to swimming out in front because not every race, obviously, is gonna be junior national level.
Sure.
So they very well know how to push themselves and how to pace themselves. You don't swim this fast without being very aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So it doesn't really bother these guys too much. They like it actually because they don't have to deal with anybody else's waves, and you're out in front and it's nice, smooth, clean water.
You know what? I was going to mention that as well. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to say that sometimes, at least if you're out in front so much, it could actually be relaxing because you don't have to have the stress of having any swimmers next to you.
Right. Yeah. And you'll swim fast. I mean, there's always the adrenaline of the race that's going to get you to maybe swim a little faster than what you would do, but you're still going to swim fast at this level.
4:18.87 for Miss Callahan Dunn from Hinsdale. She's touching the wall first. Miss Jania is second and Miss Mitchell in third. Congratulations and excellent work, young ladies. As it is now the men's turn for their individual medleys, 400 yards here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships C, B, and A finals. In 1, we're going to have Riley Austin from the Sterling Stingrays. Caden Hardy will be in 2 from Wildcat Swimming. Jack DeMarco is in 3 from Delta Aquatics. Fox Valley is represented by Alexander Pierce in 4. William Newlands is in 5 from New Trier. Faley is in lane 6 from Sterling Stingrays. Alexander Michael is in 7 from New Trier, and at the top of your screen is Mr. Sean Finley from Lincoln Way. Meet record in this event is a 3:54.4, and I was fortunate and lucky enough to watch that meet record held by Mr. Nicholas Vance.
Yeah, that was last winter,
last year at this time.
Yeah, that's a fast swim.
That is a fast swimmer, Mr. Nicholas Vance is. I believe he is in Florida State.
Yeah, that's what I understand it as well. He's down in Florida, and I think he's enjoying himself.
I'm sure he is swimming for those Seminoles, a big-time program in the ACC.
Because who wouldn't like swimming in Florida? I think it's 70 degrees there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. First 100 yards. That is Mr. Faley from the Stingrays with a 55.56.
Yeah, that was a nice swim.
As they now transition into the backstroke.
Carson's not the best backstroker, so he has to get out a little bit faster in butterfly, and then he tries to catch up in breaststroke. But down here in lane 1, Riley Austin's a great backstroker, and he'll put a decent lead on the rest of the field here.
Yeah, excellent first 50 for Riley Austin, 31.18. He made up a ton of ground just in that backstroke alone, Casey.
Yeah, and he's been working on his breaststroke a lot. He's not the greatest breaststroker, but he assures me he's going to go about a 113 in his 100 today. So we'll see in this race.
Final few yards.
Looking pretty good so far.
On the backstroke. Approaching that turn into the breaststroke. In lane 1, Riley Austin, 31.27. On that last split. 159.68 at the 200-yard mark.
And I think it was at Age Group Champs a year ago where Riley was about 6 seconds ahead of everybody going into the breaststroke, and he just went from first to last within the whole 100. It wasn't a great moment for me, nor him, but it did force him to really understand that he needs to work on his breaststroke, and he obviously has made some great strides this last year.
Making up some ground. Those are lanes 3, 4, and 5 on that breaststroke. Jack DeMarco in 3, Alexander Pearson 4, William Newlands in 5.
Yeah, everybody will make up ground on him in this race in breaststroke, but it'll all come down to freestyle and who's able to hold on and not overswim that first 25 and swim it a little bit smart.
William Newlands has put himself in the lead, approaching the turn into the freestyle. He's got about a body length lead over a tight grouping lanes 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, and
again,
then out there in lane 8 too, Lincoln Way is having a nice swim.
That he is Sean Finley from Lincoln Way. Riley Austin in 1, Caden Hardy in 2. As they are now into the freestyle, again, William Newlands still has a lead, but it is certainly tightened up.
Yeah, everybody else is swimming for second place in this heat. We'll see what happens going into this last 50.
29.31 on that 50 for William Newlands. New Trier Aquatics coming on strong in this particular discipline.
Yeah, Carson in lane 6 with a 29.0 on that first 50. I think that was the fastest of all of them.
William Newlands, lane 5. He's going to bring it on home. Only thing that matters now is his time. As, like you said, Casey, it is a swim for second in lane 4. That is Alexander Pierce going to get there second. And Mr. Sean Finley with a great swim in the back half. He will be in third. 4:12.21 for Newlands, 4:14.92 for Pierce, 4:15.66 for Finley.
Those are good swims.
Yep, absolutely. And congratulations to William Newlands from New Trier. As we are on to the B final now. In 1, we're going to have Sean Winter from Academy Bullets. In 2 will be Foster Swanson from Glenbrook. In lanes 3 and 4, we've got a pair of Academy Bullets teammates. Benjamin Guerrero in 3, William Herwig in 4. Vince Geppetta is in 5 from Reach Aquatics. Christian Travis is representing Waves Bloomington in 6. Daniel Galinsky is in 7 from CPD, Chicago Park District. And from the Flying Fish, Mr. John Martin in lane 8, top of your screen. .409.79, William Herwig with the fastest seed time in 4. As we are approaching this first 50 yards, really tight grouping. Let's see, 25.4.3 for Mr. Swanson in lane 2. Look to be that fastest first 50.
Yeah, that was a good swim. He's a side breather in butterfly, which you don't see all the time. But if you have solid flexibility through your neck and shoulders, some people find it a little bit easier to breathe to the side. It's not necessarily the way it's taught, but it's not necessarily slow either.
28.47 on that 50 yards for Mr. Swanson as they transition to the backstroke now.
I mean, he was out in a 53.9. That's a pretty good first 100. The way he's swimming this backstroke, though, makes me think he might be a little bit less of a breaststroker than everybody else.
With some great work in this backstroke, that is lane 2. Foster Swanson from Glenbrook Swim Club put himself in the lead. Right below him in lane 1 with some great work as well at Sean Winter from the Academy Bullets.
Yeah, and William Herwig out there in lane 4 had a nice first 50 of his backstroke as well, so he's catching up a little bit.
Yep, keep an eye on Herwig. As I mentioned before, he has got the fastest seed time, so he will definitely factor into the finish here in this B final. As we transition to the breaststroke now, again with a slight lead, that is lane 2, Foster Swanson from the Glenbrook Swim Club.
Yeah, he's got some great underwater pullouts, but he's a little wide on his pull, and looks like everybody else has maybe a little bit of a better catch with their feet on the kick. But his pullouts are really good, so that's keeping him in the race.
Right into the front, though, are lanes 4 and 5 having a great breaststroke. That is William Herwig and Vince DePetta from Reach Aquatics.
And down here in lane 1, Sean Wenner is putting together a nice breaststroke here too.
And again, for me, that's one of the exciting parts about this IM is what I love is that there's sort of an ebb and flow between leadership depending on which stroke we're talking about, right?
Yep, absolutely. And the great thing about not only this, but swimming the short course is that you may, like the guy in lane 2, you may not have the best stroke, but if you can be great underwaters and you can be great off the wall, you can be in any race no matter how bad your stroke might be.
Going into the freestyle now, that was a 35.32 by Benjamin Guerrero. That's a pretty fast split time. Didn't catch any of the other ones. I apologize for that.
Yeah, I think the fastest one was out in lane 8. I think he went 34.
Approaching 350 yards. That is lane 3, Benjamin Guerrero. Lane 1, Sean Winter right there with him.
Yeah, and out in lane 7, Daniel Galinsky looks like he's putting together a nice 100 freestyle here as well.
It looks like these young men are turning up the dial here at the final turn, last 25 yards.
Oh, this is going to be an exciting
finish. This is going to be a great finish. We have got 1, 2, 3,
4,
4, 5 swimmers right there in that top grouping, sprinting to the wall. I believe that's lane 6. It is with a tremendous final 50 yards. Christian Travis from Waves Bloomington touching the wall at a 4:07.29, a 4:07.74 for Vince Geppetta in second place, and 4:07.76 for Daniel Galinsky from CPD. But Christian Travis with an amazing freestyle.
Yeah, he closed with a 20. He came home in a 26. That was a great last 50 by him.
Congratulations, Christian, as we now throw it down to the pool deck for the A final. All right, you just saw those young men enter the swim area. They are in their lane assignments. Once again, this is the A final for the men's 400-yard individual medley here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships, hosted proudly by the Hinsdale Swim Club. In lane 3, we're going to have Liam Davis from the Maverick Swim Club. Ayush Deshpande will be in 4 from Fox Valley. Jay Jensen from Hinsdale Swim Club will be in 5, and Camden Swigert will be in 6 from Bloomington.
Yeah, Ayush with his swim this morning looks like he's seated. He's a decent amount ahead of everybody else, so it might just be a race for second here, but still going to be a nice race.
Familiar with Ayush Deshpande. Again, this is going into my 3rd year with Illinois Swimming, so I've got to watch this young man as well, and he is one of the brightest stars among many here at the 2020 Illinois Senior Swimming Championships. And, of course, off to a great start already in lane 4.
Yeah, he's a great butterflyer, and I think we saw him earlier in breaststroke. Was that right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, he's a good breaststroker too. So yeah, I've seen him come up and through the years, and it's nice. It's fun to watch these kids as they grow and get older and learn how to swim and get faster, and it all works out. Doesn't work out for everybody, but
23.92 for Deshpande on that first 50.
It's fun when it does.
Yeah, he is off to a great start in this butterfly, approaching that 100-yard mark as he transitions now to the backstroke. That was a 27.65.
Yeah, so he was out in a 51.5, which is a really fast swim. I think that would have finaled in the 100 fly this morning, if I'm not mistaken. So he's doing that, and he's still got 300 yards left to go. So he's fired up, ready to swim fast.
Absolutely. Will he have that same energy throughout this IM? It looks like so far it won't matter with the lead that he's building. 150 mark on that backstroke, 29.6.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be under 4 minutes would be my guess. How far under 4 minutes will be determined, but I don't know if he's going to get that 350. But I'm sure that's probably a goal, most likely.
In lane 5, that is Jay Jensen having a great backstroke as well. And in lane 6, that is Camden Swigert at the top of your screen. Those two young men pretty much stroke for stroke as Deshpande now transitions to the breaststroke. That was some great underwater work. He came out at about halfway through the pool there, Casey.
Yeah, the longer you stay underwater in a great position, the faster you're going to go. And that is why they only allow you to go 15 meters. So, because it's faster underwater. There's not as much turbulence. And it's something about physics, too. But that's a little bit beyond me.
Conversation for a different day. I am sure, as Mr. Deshpande will be at 34.05 on that first 50 yards of his breaststroke.
Yeah, and Jay Jensen will have a nice little breaststroke here as well. So it's going to be a nice race for second. I think Jay will pull ahead a little bit on this breaststroke, but that the swimmer out of Bloomington, Camden, they always bring it home. But Jay's a good distance swimmer, so he has that in his back pocket as well. But no one's going to catch Ayush out here in front here.
Not tonight, they will not. Ayush Deshpande building his lead with each stroke, 35.16 on that last 50 as he's into his freestyle now.
Yeah, and he's under 3 minutes at the 300 mark, so he just under, but he's under. So now it's just going to be, can he go 51? I don't know. But he'll go 353 most likely, 352. It'll be a nice swim for him.
That would be a great swim, and it will flirt with the meet record. Don't think he'll get there. Let's see, it'll be 327.
Yeah, maybe a 352 was a little generous. More like 355, but still a great swim. But for second place here between Jensen and Swigert,
absolutely,
it's going to be a race because Swigert outsplit him by a second on that last 50 there.
Yeah,
so does Jensen have it to bring it home?
Check out that race for second between Jensen and Swigert. Swigert starting to pull away a little bit up in lane 6, but this race belongs to Ayush Deshpande. 26.84 on his final 50, 354.6.
Yeah, that's a great swim for Ayush. Harvard Harvard's getting themselves a good swimmer. That boy's going to Harvard. So not only is he a great swimmer, but he's pretty smart.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He could probably explain those physics things that we were talking about.
403.38 for Camden Swigert in lane 6. Jay Jensen will be third with a 403.57. 407.47 for Mr. Davis.
Great swimming, gentlemen.
Absolutely excellent swimming, and congratulations to Mr. Ayush Deshpande. As we're now going to break the action here, we're going to have another round of awards, and we will pick things back up with the final events of the night. Events 11 and 12, women's and men's 800-yard freestyle relay. And before I throw it over to the pool deck announcer for those awards, just want to briefly recognize our sponsors here tonight. A few of our sponsors anyway. Elsmore Swim Club, or Swim Shop, I should say, providing a lot of equipment and gear. Athletico Physical Therapy, Speedo, of course, providing, I'm sure, the majority of some of the swimwear here for these young athletes. And also want to thank, actually, the Hinsdale Swim Club, the hosts for this senior championship, and all of the volunteers and personnel that help this meet be exciting. So right now, we're going to have some awards, and we will, again, pick things back up with events 11 and 12, the women's and men's 800-yard freestyle relay.
Sixth place from Hinsdale, Melanie Quinones. Fifth place from Hinsdale, Eleanor McMean. Fourth place from Hornets, Madeline Padovic. And in third place with a 55.69 from Wolfpack, Miss Kira Tiv. Second place with a 55.44 from HSC, Miss Anna Grooveberger. And in first place with a winning time of 55.01 from Mavericks, Miss Paige Collins. Ladies, nice work. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a nice warm round of applause all together for your top 8 finishers for event number 7, the women's 100 fly. Nice work, ladies. Make sure you're waving to your family and your friends. You are live on YouTube. You're famous. Make sure you look at this years down the road. Nice work, ladies. Take a bow. Come on down. Coming up next, event number 8. This is going to be the guys' 100 fly, top 8. Good to go over there? All right, here we go. In 8th place from Academy, we have William Wright. 7th place from Cats, Ethan Botko. 6th place from the Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. 5th place from West Chicago Sharks, Tegan Cook. Fourth place from New Trier, Jonathan, a.k.a. Max Grodecki. I think. Third place with a time of 49.82 from HSC, Mr. Colin Coughlin. Second place with a time of 49.58 from Wolfpack, Mr. Jaden Olson. And in first place with a winning time of 49.28, 0.3 of a difference. From Fox Valley, we have Mr. Andrew Dye. And the crowd goes wild. Ladies and gentlemen, make a nice warm round of applause for your top 8 finishers, your gentlemen, the men 100 fly. Congratulations, guys. Take a bow, come on down. Moving on to event number 9, the women's 400-yard IM. Top 8. Here we go. In 8th place from Wheaton, we have Holly Wessel. There she is. 7th place from St. Charles, Naomi Ruff. Sixth place from Academy Bullets, Sydney Kelly. Those are some bright kicks. Fifth place from St. Charles, Peyton Baxter. Fourth place from St. Charles, Alyssa Brault. Third place with a time of 4:24.96 from Chicago Wolfpack, Alexandra Mitchell, a.k.a. Alex. Second place with a time of 4:24.33 from St. Charles, Mary Jania. And in first place with a winning time of 4:18.87 from HSC, Miss Callahan Dunn. Nice work, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice warm round of applause for your top 8 finishers for event number 9, the women's 400-yard IM. Congratulations, ladies. Nice work. Take a bow, come on down. And I should have event 10 over there for the guys 400-yard IM. Thumbs up, good to go. Good to go. Top 8. 8th place from YWCA, John Martin. 7th place from CPD, Daniel Galinsky. 6th place from Reach, Vince Chiappetta. 5th place from Waves Bloomington, Christian Travis. 4th place from Mavs, Liam Davis. 3rd place with a time of 4:03.57 from Hinsdale, Jay Jensen. 2nd place with a time of 4:03 points, 3.8 from Bloomington Normal, Mr. Camden Swigart. And in first place with a winning time of 3:54.60 from Fox Valley, Mr. Ayush Deshpande. Nice job, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, nice warm round of applause for your top 8 finishers for event number 10, the men 400-yard IM.
You just heard our pool deck announcer announce first through, I believe, 8th place there for these young athletes in the previous events. The women's and men's 100-yard butterfly and the women's and men's 400-yard individual medley. We are getting into the final 2 events now of day number 2 here at the Illinois Swimming 2020 Senior Championships short course hosted by the Hinsdale Swim Club at the beautiful UIC Natatorium. And outside of the individual medleys, this is another favorite portion for me personally. This is event number 11. We are in relays now, Mr. Casey.
Yeah, and I know this is your favorite
This
time of
is
the
my other favorite event, man. I love these relays. I love these individual medleys. It's just fun to watch. It's really obviously very competitive, and watching these teams get cheered on and get excited for these events gets me excited. So I'm ready to kick this thing off and have this relay. Once again, it is the women's 100-yard freestyle relay. Let me give you those 800, excuse me. Let me give you those assignments in lanes 1 and 2. We're going to have the Hinsdale Swim Club, the B relay in 1, the A relay in 2. Academy Bullets B relay is in 3. Delta Aquatics relay is in 4, their A relay. Academy Bullets A is in 5. Nutria Aquatics A is in 6. Maverick Swim Club, their A relay is in 8, and St. Charles A relay is in lane 8 at the top of your screen.
Yeah, I think we got the Mavericks in lane 7. You just said 8 twice.
I'm sorry.
Right. Numbers run together.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I understand that.
I apologize for that. If you're watching us on YouTube, and once again, we thank you so much for joining us here at the 2020 Illinois Swimming Championships.
Yeah, and this is a fun relay. It's every swimmer has to do a 200, which we were talking about earlier, and it's nice to put 4 girls together. One of the big things is to make sure that you're counting your partner's laps correctly.
Right. Tell us about that.
You definitely don't want to dive in on someone who's only done 6, and unfortunately it happens. It happens often, not often that it's but the excitement of the race, you may miss the first 50 or overcount or something, and you dive in. Most famous recent example of miscounting was last year at the NCAA meet, the women's NCAAs. The last swimmer at Stanford actually did 10 lengths instead of just 8. They still ended up winning, because the clock stopped on her feet.
Sure.
But if she was in a tighter race, that flip may have cost her the race. But it was pretty funny. So even the best miscount and don't always do it right.
Academy Bullets is in the lead right now, 151.02 on that first 200. That is their A relay, Academy Bullets.
Yeah, and they're going to probably be out front the whole time. I think that Delta seed time is fast, but I believe they may have used some different swimmers' times just to get them in there. And they may not all be here tonight for whatever reason, sick or resting or school. But those girls from Delta are going to give it their best.
Yeah, that is lane 5, though. Again, that is the Academy Bullets. They have a substantial lead at this point. Approaching, I believe this
Yeah,
is the
see?
300-yard mark.
You've lost count already.
Yeah,
but you
I
were
have.
correct. This was the 300 here.
27.81 on that last 50 for Academy Bullets. 2:44.38 out.
Yeah, so she's got another 100. And if they average 150 per swimmer, they could get the meet record. Their first swimmer went 151, and then the rest of their swimmers, the last three, will have to go 150, maybe a little bit faster to get that record. But they're gonna be close-ish, I believe. We'll see.
28.94 on that last split for Academy Bullets, and that meet record is a 7:21.18, set around this time 2 years ago in 2018 by Waze Bloomington.
Yeah, and on that relay you had Pish and Areola. And Areola had the meet record before today, and Pish still has the pool record here with a 147.1. So those were some fast girls on that relay.
Third leg is in now for Academy Bullets in lane 5 and in lane 3, making up a little bit of ground. That is the B relay for Academy Bullets. They are in the water as well. Let's see, that is a lane 2. Also making up a little bit of ground. That is the Hinsdale A relay. And I apologize, I do not have all of the individual names for this relay team. Academy Bullets just having a dominating swim, Casey, and widening their lead just a little bit now, even though, again, in lane 3, that is the B relay from Academy Bullets.
They're putting together a couple nice relays here. And you know, with a team their size and a coaching staff that they have, that's not surprising.
Yeah, as I've come to sort of find out here doing these meets over the past couple of years, it's Delta Aquatics, Academy Bullets, and I don't see them in this particular relay, but usually you see the Chicago Wolfpack.
Yeah,
a lot of times in these relays.
Wolfpack is still a pretty young team. They got a lot of age group kids, but their kids are growing up, and so they'll be on the senior scene in a little bit. You know, New Trier always is good. Hinsdale's coming out. I mean, everybody, all the coaches in Illinois, it's a pretty great state as far as coaches go, and even clubs. So you're not going to choose poorly with a coach.
Right.
You may choose a coach that isn't a fit, but that doesn't mean they're a poor coach. It just means they don't fit for you. So there's great coaches all over the state.
Anchor legs dropping in lane 5 and in lane 3. Those are the Academy Bullets ladies. 5:33.53 in lane 5, 5:37, 01 in lane 3 for the B relay on Academy Bullets.
I think the meet record is safe. I don't think she's got a 147 in her, so I think we're safe with the meet record. But that'll be. Does the A relay want to win, or is the B relay going to catch them and pass them?
I tell you, Casey, that B relay has definitely got themselves back in the race, and it's always fun, right, when you're swimming against teammates.
Absolutely. When you're swimming teammates and you want to show your coach that they made the wrong choice in putting you on the B relay instead of the A, the B relay always swims a little bit of an edge. And so when they're head-to-head like this, it gives the B relay, the swimmers on the B relay, just a little more incentive.
Right, extra motivation, right?
A little more motivation.
Trying to catch up to that A relay and their teammates is the B relay in lane 3 from Academy Bullets, but making that final turn, gonna bring it home first will be the A relay from Academy Bullets. It looks like
they still got another 50.
See, and you warned me about that.
Well, you got caught up in the excitement.
I did, as I tend to do here.
You would have dove on your swimmer. And
I know.
You would have dove right on top of her.
And probably got disqualified or something like that. So,
just hope you don't hurt her or yourself.
That's true too.
That's what we really don't want. But
now I believe they're bringing it home.
Now they're bringing it home, yeah.
In lane 5, Academy Bullets gonna touch that wall first. 28.77 on that last 50. Academy B will touch the wall second. 29.54, 7:26.06 for the A relay, 7:29.86 for the B relay. Coming in third will be the Hinsdale relay, their A relay, with a 7:37.37. And coming in fourth will be the St. Charles relay. A great swim, young ladies. As we move it along now to the final event and race of the evening, it is event number 12, the men's 800-yard freestyle relay. Let me give you those assignments as I have them. In lane 1 at the bottom of your screen will be the Peoria Area Water Wizards. It's their A relay. Swift Aquatics is in 2. Their A relay as well. In lanes 3 and 4, it'll be A team relays. Maverick Swim Club in 3, Academy Bullets in 4. The B relay from Academy Bullets is in lane 5. Hinsdale is representing lane 6 and 7. A relay and B relay. And rounding out the night in lane 8, the Sterling Stingrays. It is their A relay as these young men are now in the water. Churning and burning. A lot of great early work in lane 4. That is the Academy Bullets A relay. Off to a pretty good start, as are all these young men. Really tight grouping for that second place. As of this point, as they approach the first 100 yards, it is Academy Bullets with the lead. It is their A relay in 4. 24.96 on that 50 yards. Puts them at a 47.65. First 100 yards out. Meet record in this event set 2 years ago by New Trier Aquatics with a 6:38.87. Approaching a 1:50.25.78 for Academy Bullets, their A relay. Increasing their lead a little bit as some of these racers start to separate themselves. We got some good work going on in lane 6. That is Hinsdale A swim relay. We've also got some good work in lane 1 and 7. Lane 1 is Peoria Area Water Wizards in their A relay, and in 7 is the Hinsdale B relay as the second legs are now into the water. Academy Bullets once again coming out fast. That is a 22.4 on that first 50 yards for Academy Bullets A. 2:01.69 at 2:01.69 out. $25.06 on that last split for Academy Bullets. Approaching the 300-yard mark for Academy Bullets. I will give you that split time, 25.89. Holding on to the lead for the Bullets. In lane 6, 26.14, it's the Hinsdale A relay. Having a great swim as well in lane 3. That is the Maverick Swim Club, their A relay. As the third legs are ready to get into the water, it is Academy Bullets, their A relay in lane 4, still with the lead. Lane 6 is in the water. That is Hinsdale A. Academy Bullets once again with the lead, about a 2 body length lead over the next nearest swimmer. That is Lane 6 Hinsdale Swim Club, their A relay. Coming in third and starting to separate themselves from the rest of the group, that is Lane 3, the Maverick Swim Club, their A relay. Academy Bullets having an excellent freestyle relay. They are really starting to separate themselves now. Approaching that final turn on the third leg. Academy Bullets outstanding with the Hinsdale Swim Club A relay. I believe that is in lane 6. Firmly entrenched in second. That anchor is ready to drop down for the Academy Bullets. A relay in lane 4, and they are in the water. Hinsdale A anchor is now in the water. Maverick Swim Club anchor is now in the water. All anchors now in the water as we're bringing home the last few minutes here of the evening day 2 competition at the Illinois Swimming Senior Championships on the short course. Once again, that meet record is a 6:38.87. For Academy Bullets in lane 5. If he can bring it home in the next 33, 34 seconds or so, they might have a shot at a new meet record. Let's keep an eye on it. Lane 5 for Academy Bullets. Still with the lead. (6:42.54) for Academy Bullets in lane 4. Excuse me, I believe I said lane 5. But 6:42.54 for Academy Bullets. They're a relay. In second place, 6:52.22, Hinsdale A Swim Club. And in third, Peoria Area Water Wizards with a 6:52.81. Congratulations, Academy Bullets. About 4 seconds off of that meet record with an excellent swim. Congratulations, young men, as we are going to wrap things up here from the UIC Natatorium. We will be with you bright and early tomorrow morning. We're going to have one more round of awards, and then we're going to wrap things up here for day 2 at the Illinois Swimming Senior Championships.
for the women's 800 free relay. Good to go. Thumbs up. For event number 11, the women 800 free relay, the top three. In third place, with a time of 7:35.15, HSC, their A relay. And that was Grooveberger, Dunn, Capello, and Quinones. Second place, ladies, just a heads up, on the podium between 1 and 2, it starts splitting up, so just please be careful up there, okay? Second place with a time of 7:29.86, Academy Bullets, their B relay, and that's Raigula, Herwig, O'Connell, and Drum. Thank you. And in first place with a winning time of 7:26.09, it's Academy Bullets, their A relay. And that's with Jeriane, Mullen, McGowan, and Kelly. Hope I said that right. Ladies and gentlemen, nice warm round of applause for your top three teams for the women's 800 free relay. Nice work, ladies. Please be careful up there. Don't pinch a finger in between 1 and 2 or cut your toe. Can I have two of the volunteers push that back together by chance? Can somebody push the podium back together, ladies and gentlemen? Any helpers? Thanks, dude. It's just between 1 and 2. Perfect. Hercules, Hercules. For event number 12, the men's 800 free relay. Top three. In third place, with a time of 6:52.81, Peoria, the Water Wizards. And that's with Knoll, Rickenberger, Bradburn, and Alderson. Don't call it a comeback, man. That was awesome. Hammering down. Second place with a time of 6:52.22, HSC, their A relay. That was with Thorell, Thomasoni, Conklin, and Jensen. And in first place, with a winning time of 6:42.54, Academy Bullets, their A relay. And that's with Millard, Rates, Kimmel, and Matulis. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make a nice warm round of applause for their top three teams for event number 12, the men 800 free relay. Nice work. Nice work.
All right, that will do it for day 2 action here at the Illinois Swimming 2020 Senior Championships on the short course. Once again, I am your host, Jay Pfeiffer, and let me give you the quick rundown of tomorrow's events for day 3. So we're going to kick things off with the 200-yard individual medley. We're going to have the 50-yard freestyle. We're going to have an awards break, and then we're going to continue the action with the 200-yard breaststroke, the 100-yard backstroke, another awards break. Then we're going to get into the 500-yard freestyle, another break after that, and then we will wrap up swimming action with the 400-yard medley relay in day 3. And I want to thank once again and briefly recognize Elsmore Swim Shop, Athletico Physical Therapy, and Speedo, providing a lot of gear and treatment for our young athletes. Want to thank the Hinsdale Swim Club for hosting the 2020 Senior Championships, and all of the secondary staff that helps out with whatever's needed here, not only for the webcast, but for these young athletes. Once again, that'll do it for day 2 action here at the Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. We will see you bright and early, right around 8:25 for preliminary action in day 3. So for myself, Jay Pfeiffer, the rest of the webcast crew, we say have a good night, and we'll see you in the morning.